Latest on that Montana newlywed charged with pushing her husband off a cliff just 8 days after their wedding. There is talk now of a new and even more shocking allegation. ABC's Ryan Owens is tracking the case.
Did newlywed Jordan Graham blindfold her young husband, Cody Johnson, before shoving him off a cliff a mere 8 days after their wedding? That's the explosive allegation her defense attorney is claiming prosecutors may make during her first-degree murder trial, scheduled to start next month. The revelation comes in court documents just released. According to published reports, Graham's attorney writes, premeditation may be proved because the government now believes Jordan placed a blindfold on Cody before pushing him off the ledge.
The most important part of the blindfold is in what context it got on Cody's face, if in fact it ever was there.
The 22-year-old bride pleaded not guilty to murdering Johnson, saying when he fell 200 feet to his death in Montana's Glacier National Park back in July, it was an accident. But prosecutors allege she shoved her new husband because she didn't love him, then repeatedly lied to cover her crime.
I never, ever expected her to be capable of hurting someone at that degree. He would have given her anything.
For the first time, her attorney is saying, here's what happened atop that cliff, in Jordan Graham's own words from her recorded interview with authorities. He said, I could do this with a blindfold on. And he said, I could just put it on, take a step, but I wouldn't even fall. Next, she said her husband tried to grab for her arm or her jacket. I said no. I said I am not going to let this happen to me. I'm going to defend myself. So I kind of said, let go, and I pushed, and he went over. All just days after the seemingly happy couple danced to that as their first song. For Good Morning America, Ryan Owens, ABC News, Dallas.
And let's get more on this now from ABC's Chief Legal Affairs anchor, Dan Abrams. Welcome back. Dan, so this seems like a pretty big deal, this blindfold.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we hearing about it from the defense, not the prosecution?
Yeah, because the prosecution isn't convinced, I don't think, that this was part of this case. What the defense is saying is they're considering this possibility, and we want to prevent them from admitting evidence on this if it turns out to be the case. Now, if it does turn out to be the case, this is a fundamental game changer for this case. I mean, suddenly you're going from someone who they seem to be taking her word for it to some degree about the pushing, exactly how it happened is in dispute. But if this was a case where she blindfolded him, then you're talking about the real possibility of premeditation and a fundamental change in this case.
There still, though, is a difference in the accounts between what we're hearing there from the defense and what the FBI agent is saying.
And that's the most important thing that we're getting from these new defense papers is she is saying, I never said what they say I said. I never said he turned his back and I pushed him. She is now saying that he was grabbing her arm and to effectively get away from him, she pushed. That is the difference between murder and the possibility of not a crime at all.
And that's why this seems like a plea for some kind of a deal.
Well, look, and the defense is going after the prosecution for everything in this. It's not fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. But the reality is what it seems they're looking for is a plea. And they're saying we can't effectively plead from where the prosecution has left us.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much.